Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and it's time to take a look at your upcoming weekend's weather and beyond. I'm going to give you another quick look at see who might see a white Christmas this year. But first, let's take a look at your Friday. And you know what? Over most of the country, at least the eastern half of the country, it's going to be fairly warm. We're going to see temperatures, as you can see here, in the yellows for the most part, and even a little bit warmer down along the Gulf Coast. So normal high temperatures here in the Ohio Valley in the 40s. It looks like temperatures could be in the 50s. So it looks like a pretty nice Friday overall. Still chilly up to the north in the high plains as well as the Rockies. As far as Saturday is concerned, still fairly warm, getting a little bit cooler here in the Great Lakes area. Still a little bit not bad across the south, but you can start seeing some greens showing up here in the southeast. And see that spin right there? There is a monster of a storm developing down in the Gulf of Mexico, and so temperatures are going to be cooling off in this region because of that system. Wait until you see the precipitation map. It's going to be very, very wet for you guys. Now, as far as Sunday is concerned, it cools off here in the Midwest, mainly because of the cloud cover. Again, you see that L, this is that big system that's really going to get wound up, and that's going to bring some rain and some cooler temperatures for the eastern half of the country, getting colder up into the north. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, this is our Friday. Dry across most of the country, but there's that system developing down the Gulf Coast. We have more energy off to the west. Those of you in the Central Plains and the Great Lakes will be seeing some precipitation. Most of this, though, is going to be in the liquid form because temperatures are going to be a little bit too warm for any snow, with the exception maybe of the upper Great Lakes. As far as Saturday is concerned, take a look what happens. Look at this monster down here in the southeast. There will be some flooding, potentially strong to severe thunderstorms across Florida and the southeast. Here's just a little bit of energy again getting itself organized, but this system here is going to absorb it into it. Look what happens here on Sunday. It just really explodes. Rain will be in the Ohio Valley and portions of the Midwest itself. Very heavy rainfall, very strong winds as well. In fact, we may be looking at a Christmas blow-up advisory. What does that mean? Well, winds could be gusty, so the last thing you want to do is have your Christmas blow-ups inflate and then end up in your neighbor's yard. So you may want to consider taking them down for a couple of days until this system, in fact, moves on out. The rest of the country, though, with the exception of California, will be pretty much on the dry side. Now let's take a look at the Christmas weekend. This is December 23rd, Saturday, December 23rd. We need cold temperatures and we need precipitation to have that white Christmas. So let's see how we stack up. It's going to be fairly chilly across the northern half of the country, warm down here in the Gulf Coast. So right now, here on the 23rd, not looking too bad as far as temperatures are concerned. Here on Saturday, this is Christmas Eve, still pretty chilly across the Midwest, Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley. But notice the warm-up right there of those of you in the Central Plains. Cold there in the Rockies and, of course, the northern areas. Now, the bottom line is those of you in the Rockies have been getting a lot of snow. So you will, in fact, have a white Christmas. And across the northern plains, you'll see some quite a bit of snow as well. Now, as far as temperatures on Christmas Day is concerned, you can see it's starting to warm up a little bit here, and there's this another system working its way in, and that's why temperatures are going to be warming up in the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. So for Christmas Day itself, it looks like it may be just a little bit too warm for that white Christmas. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, this is Saturday, the 23rd. We have some precipitation out in the Central Plains on the Gulf Coast. Once again, pretty warm. We're not looking at any type of snow there. The Rockies, yes, you will continue to get some snow for you there. Up in the Northeast, it's going to be fairly warm for snow, but it's going to be chilly because you're going to see that big system up there producing some precipitation there for you. As far as Christmas Eve is concerned, here's that system coming in. Once again, most of this is going to be in the liquid form. It's just too warm. But for traveling purposes, just about the eastern half of the country is going to be pretty good if you're looking at traveling there on Christmas Eve. As far as Christmas Day itself, well, it's going to be fairly dry. Once again, fairly warm here. It's going to be wet. So the bottom line is you're going to see a white Christmas in the Rockies, in the higher elevations of California, and up in the high plains. The rest of us, it looks like not this year for a white Christmas. But I'll be back on Sunday with another update. Until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.